Ah, good evening, class, and welcome back to the stream. I hope the past few days have been absolutely wonderful for you. I've enjoyed playing Oblivion, but I think it would be nice to go back to our roots. I haven't had enough time to be playing Guilty Gear Strive over the past few days, and we certainly don't want me to get rusty now, do we? We still have the goal of getting to floor 10, so I hope we can aspire to that today. Again, we will be facing our greatest nemesis, the matchmaking servers. Always our first opponent. I've grabbed a new controller in my time, and hopefully the control stick on this one functions a lot better. The slightly different feel in my hand certainly makes it difficult to use my prior muscle memory. For other good news for the rest of you, it vibrates much more softly as well. I'm not sure if you felt that. Back to floor 9 and making our trip once more. Supposedly people have started developing tier lists for this game already. Here we have, according to most people, the bottom two characters. So hopefully, we'll have a roughly even match here. His quotes make me very concerned for his well-being. He doesn't seem to have gone insane so much as he's become decrepit. Good start. He was expecting the Fujin. That move would have also been quick enough to catch me trying to dance. As soon as we get in on him, we begin our mix. Unfortunately, Faust is very good at keep away. So far, I'm upset to see so many mix-ups in this game being focused around strike-throw. That's an interesting anti-air for him. Ah, he's already started grabbing me. I was waiting for that. I was hoping it wouldn't happen so soon. It's a close one. But my parries just aren't quick enough to catch him, it seems. Oh well. Starting with the 2P every time, what's our best option to beat that? It might be too quick to catch most of our jumps. But, it seems our best bet would be catching most people with grabs. That's an astounding amount of damage to begin with. An excellent read on that 6P. And another grab to finish it off. I hear most people that are also Anji players saying that their worst mix-up would be using the jump out of Fujin. But I've found great success with it. I wonder if that would have comboed. It seems our best bet would be going for the throw mix-ups here. My muscle memory is not serving me the best. Hopefully this will catch him. I'm afraid not. That's match for us. It was a close one, though, to begin with. I definitely need to practice a lot more off-stream, especially getting used to this controller. My best execution work has always been off of muscle memory rather than game sense, I would say. And so we begin. So he started walking backwards, expecting us to do the overhead. We can start staggering sweeps in our Fujin setups. That's match. Oh well. Perhaps I should have spent the time to warm up first. I'm trying to develop an earlier streaming schedule so that you'd have a nicer opportunity to watch me before dinner rather than necessarily during your late night chores, or some people who would be going to bed at the time. And so there we go. I think I might stay with Hanji just because he's one of those characters that you only need to get a few good mix-ups and then you start the pain train. No matter what, you always have the chance to rob someone of a match. Good 6p. Butterfly. He knows how to jump guard with that, so it's definitely helping him. Not quite. And that should be game. Or not. I've missed my jab input once again. And a good Ko will win. That might be one of his best attacks. Very effective as an anti-air. We're so far 1-1 on our first match. He was very eager to get that mix-up, but I would be forced to block it after all. Good block. That overhead is mostly used for a hard call-out in this game. Shame it's not usable as safe pressure. It was mostly used as a stop blocking tool in Accent Core previously. I'm not going to burst that. I don't think we have enough to make the best out of that match. So now we have to score our 2 consecutive wins against him. Good pairing. It seems it's difficult to get the dash inputs down on this controller. Will this catch him? I'm impressed. Quite useful for us. That twirl out of the 2P is definitely one of our better tools for catching us someone with a surprise grab. And there's our parry super to score that match. Here we are down to the wire. 6p. Good burst. Don't get too eager, I'm afraid. Close slash and far slash for Anji have such different purposes, and such different frame data. Let's see if we can go for the cheeky gold burst. Nah, I think in this case I'd want to play a bit more defensively and save that for when it would be best of use. Like there. Making sure I don't get myself caught in a combo. And a good 2 jabs will finish off the match for us. I'm sorry, friend, that butterfly was not an attempt to BM. That was just a buffered input. Let's practice our bread and butters to get accustomed to the muscle memory once more. Especially with a new set of buttons for us to be using. That vibration is much softer. I appreciate this controller a lot better. It's actually just a standard issue Nintendo Switch controller. This might be the Faust we were just fighting. I'm certainly interested in fighting him again, with such an even matchup between us. Hello again, buddy. Good 2P. And he got us with the grab. He saw it coming. He likes using that jump 2K a lot. So, our best bet would probably be to catch him with as many anti-airs as we can. Like so. I've also looked up a few new bread and butter combos for us to research. I was hoping I'd be able to block before that went off. Not getting the KO there, but we can play a little safer. Nope. Close. But not close enough. Good catch on the jump. It seems that might be our best bet, is catching him with the delayed sweep. It's worked in our favor once more. I can block that all day, mister. That's clever. I'd never thought to do that myself. He's mostly going for a strike on wake up, so there's no need for us to try counter-grabbing, or grab-teching. And that should be game for us. An excellent start. What an excellent conversion off of that Roman cancel. I'm starting to figure out your habits, buddy. Let's see what else you got. So far, you're still winning all of those round starts against me. I shall just do the most controversial technique of all, blocking. He did not see that grab coming, so... Good. We got his burst while he was at low health. Get the conversion, and there we go. This is a conditioning-focused character, but some people refuse to be conditioned. There we go. He blocked the sweep. I was waiting for that. That catches us. I was even holding the block input. We're still in it. That mix-up still works on most people. And that dust will even the playing field for us. Nope. Cheeky grab, the signature move. Where it is most useful for us. One habit I must develop is actually using the dash button itself, instead of the standard dash inputs. My round starts are still far too eager for my own good. Good 6p. That 2k will always get me. He's eager with those 2ps now. He sees it as one way to definitely prevent me from approaching him on the ground. Good catch. Ah, he got us out of the throw. Good throw tech. What shame of a world it is where his own 6p on the tallest character will miss someone who's jumping right in front of him. He's still not conditioning too well to the delayed sweep, so that's still our best option overall. And here we go. Nope. Ah, good catch. That purple Roman cancel definitely prevented me from anti-airing him. And get him with another cheeky grab. He's only teched once so far, so... if that mix-up keeps working for us, let's keep doing it. People say Anji's low tier, but his neutral is mostly losing. I found that he does an exceptional amount of damage, though. Allegedly, he also has the third highest health in the game, I believe. And now let's mess with that dummy just a little bit, because evidently we definitely need to get a bit more practice in. Block nothing, no counter hits. Let's go for our usual setups. Allegedly, you should be able to convert into even more of a combo off of your first anti-air there. If you're close enough to the wall, that is. Or if they'd actually bounce off. I'm not sure about the spacing of it. Different Faust. Alright. Allegedly, doing the jump dust after the ko should allow you to land before your opponent and still get in a close slash once they bounce off the wall. Oh! Allegedly, we're back at floor 10 already. What a wonderful performance. That's a different name, but this guy's running the same colors. His playstyle's just a little bit different, too. Far more aggressive. Definitely way more aggressive. Well, we don't get the combo off of that, but we prevent him from getting his full burst meter. Ah, he's doing the same technique. Not our best conversion, I'm afraid. I'm not quite yet used to doing the 2H off of it. He started with a jump, which is definitely not something that the other guy never did. Jump happy. So our 6Ps will be very useful in this match. I was expecting the grab, and I actually tried to jump there. Let's see if he falls for the exact same mix-up again. I feel very sorry for Faust. He gets no story, and abhorrent character redesign, and he just sounds so sad in all of his voice acting. Grab. Cheeky grab. Ah, he's the first person who's actually dodged that mix-up. Perhaps he's been caught by it enough times. That is such an exceptional anti-air. He seems to be jumping out of our Fujin setup, so that should be caught by a slightly delayed sweep. Only slightly delayed. I didn't know he could actually act after that. Maybe he can't throw another fireball, but I didn't know that he could use his aerial normals afterwards. Something new for us to learn. He jumped in with the guard, so... he's doing a lot of jump dust. He seems like he's just going to take the damage there. Alright. And that is how you use Butterfly in neutral. Ah, shame I missed. Dance through whatever his little mix-up is. Astonishing. Alright, we'll just have to condition him with even more sweeps. And more anti-airs. Far more anti-airs. I tried inputting Ko, but I don't think that came out quickly enough after my dance. That air fireball is supposed to be the first attack that catches you during an approach. Come on. That's a shame, he keeps getting me with these counter hits, these big single hits, but his health bar is still lower than mine at the end. And he won't see that mix-up coming. I have an umbrella. Look at Anji's beautiful smiling face. I love that. Jump Dust is one of my favorite attacks in his arsenal. Not quite as much utility in this game as it had before. I wish he had a block option out of Fujin. That's what the old heavy follow-up was. The attack itself is 2- for you to actually just block anything that comes after it. There we go, we finally remembered the 2H. Nope. I see that you're jump happy, so I'm gonna start using those 6Ps against you. Like so. If you expect him to jump out of your pressure, then you can just 6P him on the way up. I'm going to keep looking for that since you keep doing it. Butterfly. Good. Oh, if only I could actually hit him while his risk gauge was that full. Bring me close. "5H. And continue with our pressure. Still very eager with those jumps. Nope. Parry. He was looking for it. And I was looking for him looking for it. Combo hero with unparalleled precision, it calls me. I wonder exactly how many descriptors this game offers to your performance. Let's pause that match. Ah, it's only going to pause while you're in the menu. It's not going to let you simply pause matchmaking so you can practice a few bread and butters. That's a shame. I still need to get the timing for the co-follow-ups correct. Still searching for an opponent. There's allegedly a better dust combo I've heard from someone, which involves using Umbrella and then following up with dashes. That's certainly an interesting setup. I'm curious about it. I don't know if it's going to be higher damage than the one we've been using, though. Well, it seems to certainly be missing there. That's a shame. That's certainly an exceptional amount of damage, though. I need to stop mashing my buttons so closely together. There seems to be some promise there. We haven't fought too many Axels online. Hello and welcome to the stream. Ah, fine. I'm certain you... Hear the cat in the background. He's definitely looking for attention at this time in the evening. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the lap cats. Ah, too quick to catch me out of my parries. I wonder if that counts as a command throw or actually just plain unblockable. The hitbox is certainly very low to the ground. He's trying to jump out of my pressure. So we're going to make sure he stays put. Back into the corner you go. I only need one more opportunity to win. Ah, he caught us. He was waiting just for the right opportunity. We got close though, so that's something to appreciate. I swear I hit jump. Good frame trap. But that's not a setup we'll be able to use our butterflies on. Axel himself is a squirrely little bugger. Ah, that still hits us. Jump dust actually stalls your air momentum, so... Previously in Accent Core, it was very useful for catching people with who are trying to anti-air you. He didn't have a punish ready. That's very good for us. Gold Burst. We're going to need to make as much use of this as we can, but we can't make very much use of it. You need a completely different approach to actually handle Axel. You can't fight him the same as you do other characters, especially with a character of myself who doesn't have that good of neutral. Supposedly you can catch people with that sweep just when they're trying to jump out of your pressure. The pressure never ends. Grab. Grab again. Nope, you'll have to watch out for that butterfly. You just need to get in only once. Except now we're in the corner. I'm keeping an eye out. Get our conversion into the wall combo. Right there is allegedly when you're able to get in another close slash, but I haven't been able to score that combo yet. Ah, good jump catch. The frames on that would have been far too quick to even let us parry through it. I think that would be one of the ways you could improve Anji if his kick special, the one that only does the spin, would actually start up its parry frames earlier. Look at that damage. One combo and half of his health bar is already gone. The classic yes. And that sweep didn't catch him, I'm afraid. Good catch. Get him with the throw. Go in for another. And there we go. We've started figuring this one out. Hello and welcome to the stream. Hope you're as ready for more Guilty Gear as I am. I definitely don't feel like I'm at the top of my game, but I'm still doing quite well for getting back into floor 10. How long until we get into Celestial, do you think? Good parry. I might be able to block this. Or not. A bit early to be using your burst, isn't it? You're almost done with this match. Ah, he still caught me out of it. Some of those sickle specials are absolutely ridiculous. I just realized he has 3 zippers on his shirt. That's a little absurd, wouldn't you think? And there's a conversion. Hopefully with enough meter to close this match out. I think we're using FD just a little bit too much, but it will be very good for our breaking. You can actually use that to stop immediately out of a dash. There's the unblockable. That's exactly what we were looking for. And see there, we actually missed one of our most important attacks. We should have been able to convert into a KO immediately, but the muscle memory hasn't caught up for me yet. See, now he's throwing out attacks much less haphazardly. Since we've been blocking him on our approaches, he's playing a lot more cautiously, letting himself get grabbed instead of doing the jumping mix-ups. Butterfly. And that should be game for us soon enough. He's going to keep trying to zone us out like that, but we have plenty of meter and health to expend. And there we go. An excellent finish. The most important skill for you to learn is figuring out your opponent's habits, as I keep saying during the streams. It said we were at floor 10 before. Oh. Oh. The Celestial floor is the hidden 11th floor where only the strongest are allowed to enter. We will enter the Celestial floor as a challenger. We have to show our worth by displaying our prowess. Only by winning in battles in the Celestial floor will you be able to show that you will truly worthy. If you are deemed unworthy, you will be forced to leave the floor until you have earned your rights to challenge once again. If you've proven yourself worthy, you will be able to freely enter the Celestial floor at any time. Good luck to us. I think right now would be the best time to engage our game faces. From here, I believe we have to win 5 out of our next 6 matches. Then we will be considered a VIP. So far, our matches have been going well enough to where we should be able to do this. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling oh so ready. My controller vibrated, so there should be our next match. 1,000. Astonishing. Here we will be fighting the best of the best, allegedly. Time for the caffeine-fueled engagement. Birthday Train. It had to be Birthday Train. And here we go. An excellent start. But now we are in their own blender. So, let's see if you'll be conditioned properly. We've at least won our first round, so it looks like it's promising for us. Butterfly in neutral, to prevent you from making that same approach that you're wanting to do. Blocking low, so once we have figured out that we have conditioned that out of her well enough, we can continue with our usual shenanigans. Not quick enough. This match should be just about over. No. Oh wait, I forget. That close slash of hers has 3 hits. I'm going to use my burst because I need it. And since our Giovanna opponent is being incredibly aggressive to us, our parry super will be invaluable in this matchup. Let's continue. Sweep. Just like most other Giovannas, very eager to run in and just start throwing. Or start mashing buttons. Let's see what other habits we can analyze once she's actually starting to get pressure. Good read. I don't think we'll be able to take this match back. Hit him with another sweep. Butterfly. Just reset it back to neutral, where at least you become a bit more predictable. Even if your neutral is better than mine, it should be something I can read. Most of the time. So there's a lot of backdashes out of pressure, I'm noticing. So to deal with that, we might have to deal with a held Fujin. 2 rounds one way, 2 rounds in the other. We can't afford to lose after this point. Ah, still 2 minus. Get me out of this corner. So we're seeing mostly horizontal approaches. If we make our movement a bit unpredictable with frequent jumps, we should be harder to catch. But we might have to save that for next round. Parry. Ah, but you have the meter to spare, I'm afraid. Using the Roman cancel in neutral to catch whatever the heck I'm doing. Good frame trap. I definitely can't mash out of pressure with ridiculously weak 6-frame normals. Let's see if you fall for the usual mix-up. You've definitely been around long enough not to. Funny how that loops into itself so well. Beautiful. Ah, we were too high to actually catch her with that burst. Disappointing. We were so close to scoring another round. Challenge failed. That bumps us down to floor 10. No matter. We will have plenty of chances to challenge once more. Our goal was to get to floor 10, and it seems like we might be stuck here for a while. Don't let this failure weigh you down. You'd think that would sound encouraging, but the fact that they've labeled it specifically as a failure might take its toll on some people. And someone around our amount of playtime. Judging by that level at least. I'm surprised to have seen someone with level 1000 so early. I wonder who the cap is. Who's at the highest level and what exactly is the highest level? Since an Eno, we'll have to see if it stroked the big tree or a dash for the first attack. And 6P can even trade with stroke the big tree at the right timing. No. 6H is an excellent move to catch people out of backdashes, it seems. We should be able to score the win here with just a nice parry. Our conversion off of that close slash was not the best. I definitely need to practice this parry input a lot more. Get the throw, butterfly, cheeky throw. I wonder if 6H will catch people trying to jump out of a butterfly. Good catch on that mix-up. Back into the corner, where you belong. We'll find our way out of this pressure. Except now I belong in the corner. Cheeky parry. She'd rather have a bit of space first. Good call on her part. She was caught by the parry before. Alright. Now we can start partying. You'll notice we're doing a lot of autopiloting back into the 5S, 5H follow-ups. We should be doing 2H. But I've already gotten rusty out of the 3 days I haven't been playing. Throw. And a good catch. Hopefully we will have another chance to challenge Celestial again after this. Not that match, but sometime tonight. I wish they would adjust the aerial angles of his air-hitting Fujins. Make it a bit easier to get a follow-up off of them. Nope, gotcha. That should hopefully give us enough momentum to carry on ourselves to a victory here. Especially since someone is so eager to be doing those jumping attacks. But be careful, she has 100 meter. That is plus, I'm afraid. Knowledge check right there. Do not start mashing buttons after the projectile comes out. Yeah, it seems this Ino's on mostly autopilot. Why isn't that 2k plus? Bit too eager there, I'm afraid. Good 6p. That will catch their instant air dashes. Burst, because we might want it. We're not going to fall for that frame trap again. Once that stroke the big tree hits, we will have to block regardless. I think even if it's the slash version, she will be plus enough that we won't be able to jab her out of it. "6p beats everything." Good catch. Grab. And go for another grab. Butterfly and try to go for another grab, but she's mashing. Which is how she should have defended there, so good on her. We also have a super. And a purple Roman cancel to support it. Even if she did block it. Ah, Ko might be one of our best round starters against autopiloting Inos. Knowledge check, I'm afraid. Do you see the damage this man gives? Nope. This is my frame trap. I tried to style on them. That should have just been an anti-air in the end of the match. I definitely think they've gone a lot better with the Roman cancels in this game. The fact that a blue Roman cancel will only pause the game, the Roman cancel in neutral, as opposed to slowing down your opponent for a time. Also way better than the fact that it would have cost only 25 meter in the previous game. Ramlethal it is. I'm not particularly excited. But hey, we seem to have locked ourselves firmly into level 10, so... we have accomplished one of our best goals. Still can't do that at the start of a match. This character is the only character I don't enjoy fighting in this game. You get into the corner and then you just sort of lose. Good catch. Don't be too eager. That's my job. I have meter. But I wasn't quick enough to catch further punish there. What a shame. Anti-air. Let's see. So your habits involve mashing out of pressure. We will condition that out of you. Good anti-air. And a good jump. This character's always such a problem for me. Go hog wild. Gold burst. I'm gonna need that meter. And butterfly. Let's get this pain train rolling. And we missed the meaty, which is our biggest flaw once again. It's a shame we would have caught her if she was mashing out of pressure again. What a shame. 6p. Alright, so once it's my turn, she's jumping a lot. So we'll need to block a couple of hits, and then anti-air. I started a dance, but it's probably not going to catch. I'm surprised it did. You saw my jab come out, right? It still was too slow. There's no winning situation there. Even Soul is more fun fight than this. Come here. Butterfly. And catch him with the sweep. This is where we start making our comeback against them. So we're going to have to start doing a lot more Ko's when it's our turn. And get a conversion, hopefully carry them towards the wall. And why did they give this character reversal super? We just need to find more of them, and we'll learn this matchup. Anti-air. You see that conversion? It's absurd. Just any hit in neutral towards the corner. It shouldn't be so easy to just jump out of that pressure, and that's why we're not making it work. You see all the jumping. Up backing. I'll show you what for. And there's still no way for us to punish that super very well. Maybe a Fujin would have worked. We just have to read those jumps. And now we'll start using 5H in the corner to catch those attempts to jump. the most absurd conversion. I don't think I'm having fun anymore. I wish my combos did that much damage without meter. We'll figure out that matchup. I know I'm being way too eager just attempting to mash out of those slash heavy slash projectile conversions, but if you let her keep doing that, you end up in the corner. And then while you're waiting for those swords to explode, you can't really get out of the corner and she picks them back up the instant she resumes her pressure. We don't see too many Zatos. I'm excited. So let's see what this guy has in store. Since it's a matchup we are unfamiliar with, we will have a lot of things to learn. The last Zato we fought gave us a lot of trouble. Alright. So he's going to start with the attempt at using Far Slash, which our 6P beats. I've heard that that's one of the most infamous combos that Zato likes to do against you. And with that, I'm certainly impressed. I tried to use my parry super there. I'll have to get much better at that input. There's literally not enough room for me to jab out of this pressure. It seems he's practiced his setups. So we will have to lose to win against him again in the neutral, which isn't going to be very easy for us. But this is where we begin. That's the favorite setup of Zato's. They set up that barrier, then they knock him behind you for the frog attack. At least according to a number of people I've seen. If they're going to be the lowest common denominator of Zato. And it's always going into that same setup. Does Drunkard Shade actually have a hitbox of its own? It's this sort of shenanigans that makes me interested in playing Zato myself. You need to big brain him. Or at least practice your very high execution combos here. And he tried to grab us too. So it seems Oppose will definitely protect him on Wake Up. I wonder if you can hit him while he's being moved by Drunkard Shade. With the proper timing and execution though, you can make it to where you definitely don't have enough time to actually jab Eddie back. You see how ridiculous this gets. But for a character who can't secure the neutral, there's not really a way that I can beat him. I'm surprised how effective those buttons are. Alright, noted. That will block any attempt to immediately come back and get him. I keep trying to contest command grabs with jabs. And he's going to block that. I wonder if he can just jump out of someone attempting to normal grab you like that. That wasn't his command grab. Knowledge check. Another missed grab. Missed probably because I was using my faultless defense. You see exactly how long you have to block. Let's see if we can secure it from here. Gold burst missed. We're not going to have much offensive momentum after this point. And I don't have the frame data to contest any of these attacks, so we'll just have to eat those losses. Hopefully not enough to send us back down to 9. We have a lot to learn here, so we will be here a while. And that setup still doesn't work. We will probably best focus on our red Roman cancel timings. Also, in cases like that, there are definitely times we could have used yellow Roman cancel. If you can ever get the advantage against Zato, the red Roman cancel will actually destroy Eddie, so you'll need to do that during his pressure. Another Faust. It took us so long to find the first few, and then we're seeing so many of them right here. Let us begin. Six P? No. He's gonna hit us with the 2P from round start, which seems to be the Faust special. Ah, he jabbed us out of our Fujin. That was a remarkably swift victory. Well done. See, the Fujin's slow enough to where I couldn't even block out of that. I did not try any follow-ups. I simply tried to block. This is where it gets difficult. Ah, 6H didn't catch them in time. It's not that he's gone insane or anything, he's just gone decrepit. It's very depressing. There's a start. Ah, waited just long enough. Did you see that? That is, as they say, the king of anti-airs. Or air-to-airs. I still don't like that grab. I'm astonished that that burst missed him. Maybe if I had a character with a 3-frame jab, I'd be able to contest those. Good block. We should probably get KO'd from that. The heavy follow-up to Fujin is not particularly useful in this game. And there's our conversion into a wall break. If you can get someone into the corner, you should just be able to win off of that. No matter how hard the stakes are stacked against you, never get discouraged. The parry hit, but it still did not actually land any attack. What a shame. Hello there, and welcome to the stream. We're currently getting Fausted. I can't say that I enjoy this experience too much. And back to floor 9 we go. How unfortunate for us. We do need to resume a lot of our fundamentals because we are mostly losing in neutral. Just need to be patient and more alert as we're blocking more of the enemy attacks. Butterfly. Let's see what we can practice with. As much as I've been having fun with those jabs, he actually ties for the slowest in the game at 6 frames. Granted, I believe there's 6 other characters that also have very slow jabs like him. This is a different Zato, but he might use most of the same setups, so we'll have to figure out that part ourselves. There's a lot of time I will need to be spending in the lab. Ah, good choice of music, my friend. Go for the grab. He seems a little uncertain of himself, just like I am, so hopefully we have both something to teach each other. There's the burst, but I think it might be too late for you to get good use of it. I like that 6P, that's actually a pretty good one. Anji definitely looks like he works when he works. Get the ko. Dust. And game. If you don't know how to be so oppressive with Zato, he's a bit of an easier character to handle. But as a meta developer around the most common Zato strategies, you should be able to be better at handling him. Hello there and welcome to the stream. Let's see what else we got. Ah, with the proper timing that actually starts crossing up. I think we should mostly work on our Roman cancel into those finishing co-conversions and see if we can actually get the reps on them. If the wall wouldn't break first. So that combos. There we go, we got the bounce there. You just declined the rematch, but it seems he has found us again. Maybe he needs some time. Just a moment to take a breather. I wish that Zato wasn't colored like that. Good trap, good trap. Ah, he does know the setups. I tried to block out of that dash. I simply need to use 6H more out of most of my 2Ks or other normals that I'm doing. (6P) in case he starts out with the slash, but he did not. That's one way. From here, we just don't let him get his turn back. That attack was quick enough for us to not have to deal with the pose later. The hard call out with the H. Though I must admit at that point I was autopiloting. Anti-air. That does catch jump-ins. And get our conversion. Air dust again. Let's see if he's scared enough where we can just grab him. Usually if they're on low enough health, you'll be able to just do that. The cross-up jump H is definitely useful for him. We could probably use some better anti-airs to catch him out of that. I don't know why you would Amorphous when you're already at full eddy gauge. Get him with the counter. If you block a projectile with the counter, it's unfortunate. It actually just, you know, only goes into his 2-hit version of a super. We'll try to convert off the win on this one. He left a hole in his offense, and we'll exploit him for that. We anti-aired just a little bit too late. I wonder what we could have done to follow that up. If he's facing forward, would jumping after a pose just let us move forward? And we wouldn't get hit by Eddie? getting far too much into the habit of just running forward and attempting the air jump H. There we go. We got him scared. There are a lot of players that, especially with execution-heavy characters like that, like Zato, that's a character you have to spend a lot of time with in the lab. If you can get them to panic, they shut down completely. Let's see if we can just win the neutral against him. Come here. There we go. We got the burst out of him. I didn't even know that you could cancel him using a pose into any of his other stuff. Into, the frog leap or any of his other attacks. Zato is one of the characters I'm interested in playing, just because he is a character you have to spend a lot of time with in the lab. You know exactly how much I love the lab as well. We read the jump, but we were not close enough. There. We'll contest him with a jab. It's taking all of my concentration to deal with this, gentlemen. Good catch. Frame trap him, go up and try to get the cheeky overhead. I don't think Zato is a character you should be mashing out of pressure with. That won't catch us, will it? Unfortunately, it will. Let's see if we can go off of this. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough meter to Roman cancel that one. So quick. Good frame traps on this gentleman. I saw that one coming, but I thought it was going to be a command grab, so I tried jumping. You're going to spin forever in this corner, aren't we? Just concentrate. A bit too slow to catch his backdash there, but we're apparently still hitting him. Ah, he was expecting to grab us regardless. Perhaps we can Fujin out of those opposed setups that he gives to us. We were doing well up to that point, at least. What do you want? Ah! Welcome to the stream, Isa. Very good games indeed. I'm trying my best to learn, but I haven't played in a couple of days, so I'm definitely rusty. Ah, missed. What else should we be practicing? Since we can't get a very reliable setup off of those Roman cancels into Ko in the corner, we should probably focus on seeing if we can get our frame traps out of 2P into 2H and so on. Just getting that muscle memory in there. Ah! Hello again, let's continue. I've actually considered picking up Zato. He looks like a very fun character to play. Being a scientist myself, I'd love to spend time with any character that I could lab. It's so difficult to talk while playing. Let's give him the formal intro. I just noticed that I actually had my glowing glasses on for all of this time. I would say I still have had my game face on. No holds barred. There's one setup I've heard of with Zato where you start with a pose and then immediately use Drunkard's Shade to bounce him behind your opponent. Then follow up with the... There you go, that's the one. That one was catching me all the time with another Zato who seemed to definitely know his lab setups. Ah, so close. We could have Roman cancelled that. No. I'm just gonna give Eddie a little spanking, I hope you don't mind. Ah, you saw the grab coming, didn't you? Shouldn't let you know about my plans. I was surprised. Ah, there we go. There's the nonsense. I'll figure out some way to deal with it. I'm paying attention. Ah! I was so expecting that to work. Ah, trying to get the air dash after him. But I can never get the timing for that cooldown. I was expecting another throw there. I think my throw techs are a little too early. Oh yeah, but are you expecting the cheeky gold burst? I'll take that back, thank you very much. That's a technique I learned from a friend who seems to gold burst when he's just about to lose. Good set. Well, I appreciate him. I appreciate it. I played him quite a bit in Accent Core, but I eventually started dropping him for Slayer. Almost. I'm just not seeing it. Almost. I'll take my turn. No. Ah, I had the Roman cancel input ready, but I was already in the middle of my sweep. Ah! There it is again. I'm surprised I blocked it, actually. Here's the Xander spet. Oh, you dodged. And get the conversion. There we go. I'm having a lot of fun here too. 6p. And the 6p missed. Go for the cheeky grab. Ah, good jumps. Ah! I keep falling for it. Nope, that's gonna catch me out of my jumps too. I definitely love the amorphous in neutral. I'd definitely do that if I played Zato. I just want to keep Eddie out as long as I could. I was trying to contest Eddie with that little jab there, but you already had him ready to oppose. Clever. Anti-air, and I missed. He just blocks so well. I should have thrown you backwards. Come on. Jump. And you already had him ready behind me. There's just so many things you could do with him. Nope. It's still my turn. Well, you at least know how to jump out of the butterfly pressure. That's how you beat him in Accent Core, too. Go for the very, very, very slow overhead. This will be the first time I've used one of these buttons. What is it? Follow the opponent. Is that sending me back up to floor 10? That's a shame. I hope to encounter you again soon. Especially if it matches us again so soon. Oh. Well, I hope to see you come back up. It's definitely fun. I'll go ahead and I'll try labbing Zato in the future. It was actually earlier in this very stream that I was fighting a different Zato, and that was just 6 consecutive losses for the entire set. I hope to see you soon. I got the offer to join Celestial earlier today, but could not stay there. And here's one of our very important Celestial players right ahead of us. Ah, the forbidden AFK tech... No, he's there. He's waiting. He just had to build up suspense. Would Kai still be my arch nemesis? We've been faring against him a little bit better. Ah, the cheeky run up and grab. Honest footsies, they call it. Why does this grab deal so much damage? Vapor Thrust? No. Ah, not too quick enough to grab him. Good backdash. And grab. There's the Vapor Thrust. Cheeky Gold Burst, and we wasted it. Ah well. $6p. Catch him with the delayed sweep, because most players are going to be fuzzy guarding against us. He knows the guarding technique. If only Anji retained his unblockable air throw. I was waiting. So it seems using 6H along with our butterfly pressure will be the best way to catch people trying to jump out of butterfly. Give him a spank. I'll have to analyze the replays of the last Sato I fought. That would definitely help. He had me locked down the entire time, but I think a lot of it just comes down to knowing how to keep your opponent frame trapped for as long as possible. Also, recalling Eddie while you have the advantage will allow you to recharge him much faster. Ah, he saw the burst. If you're fighting a character that doesn't have very good neutral to oppose you, such as Anji or maybe even Potemkin, you'd want to use a few attacks with Eddie. I shouldn't talk while I'm playing. You'd want to use a few attacks with Eddie and then recall him right before your meter expires. Not paying enough attention here. Very clean on his part. And I still can't even contest those jabs. If I ever make a fighting game, I'll have to make it that jabs are throw immune. Because I refuse to tech. Now let's see if we can keep this pain train rolling. But Anji's very weak to backdashing. A lot of people have remarked that, but I'm sort of at the point where I'm not able to pay quite so much attention on floor 10. I just sort of feel Anji. I played him a lot in Accent Core, so I at least recognize what all of his buttons are supposed to be doing. It definitely makes my reactions much worse, so you can see me fighting my arch-nemesis Kai. I'm definitely not paying attention to when to tech those throws. I'm sort of falling into a lot of the same complacent autopiloting while I'm playing and talking at the same time as well. Let's try to concentrate. Ah, still frame trapped. Where's the gaps? No. Give me my turn back. Ah, he tried to vapor thrust. So he's still being somewhat unpredictable with his Shoryukens, not doing them in any specific pattern. Does that combo? That definitely combos. I might end up going back to floor 9 at this rate. Should I just pick up Leo instead? That way I can stop thinking altogether. Especially with such the easy flash kick input to deal with. Let's see what else we should be doing. I suppose setting the dummy to try to throw us as much as possible and then seeing if we can recognize when to tech would be good practice for us. We'll pause the matchmaking while we mess with those settings. I'll have to mess with these settings later. I still don't know exactly how you can set your opponent to do something random. Ah, there's one option. Is there an option just to set him to attack in neutral? I suppose if he's doing CPU, but that's not going to let us practice throw setup specifically. Throw clash, random. I suppose we could just start by... what is it? There was a throw break option here, so we'll see what can happen. No, you can't set multiple actions to happen in a queue, so we can't just set him to run back up and try to grab us the instant one fails. That's definitely something I could do more, is a lot more of the blue Roman cancel setups. And it's giving us failed matches once again. I need to look up a good combo list for him. See if there's any good conversions that we can do after Ko in the air. And it's still failing to make us match, so we will quit the matchmaking and refresh ourselves in the queue. I said... Oh. I forget, since I've switched to a different controller, the positions of my A and B buttons are actually switched. But this controller is doing a lot more stable with its control stick. For being $60, I'd hope it'd last longer than those cheap $20 ones. Quarter circle S. That was the frog one, I believe. Yeah. Let's actually look at that real quick. Thank you for visiting the stream, by the way. Let's see if I can get that muscle memory down. Oppose, Drunkard Shade, and then you just have to time the release slash, I believe. It bumped us back into the queue here. It looks like it's not going to be very polite with us. Let's see if we can get this to work. Sol is one of our more difficult matchups that we need to practice, especially with him being one of only two characters with a 3-frame attack. Our neutral needs to be way better against him. The recovery on his attacks is so short he can still hit you with a 5k even if you dodge his 6x. See how easily he was able to contest that. Come here. No burst, so I can appreciate it. It's absurd that you still can't grab him after that. That's what we practice. We practice using close slash after we land the dodge. Close. And our jab whipped. He just walked up slowly and wild throw. That move's actually very plus in this game, unfortunately. 6p? Nah, he was prepared for it. He'll just mash out of it pressure. Alright. That does beat 3 out of our 4 options. It's like he's a boss character. I do try to deliver good vibes, thank you. Alright, add that to the checklist. Remember to 6p every time he uses Bandit Bringer. He likes to mash out of pressure, so instead we're going to try to do a lot more of the sweep and the projectile out of Fujin. That caught my jump. He's so privileged, he just gets to jab the instant he whiffs an attack. Absolutely zero recovery on anything. Everyone seems to agree that he's the best character in the game so far, which at least would be lore accurate, so bonus points for that. He's just gonna mash. Alright. No burst, because he knows he's going to win. We'll figure out how to make him less confident. There we go. There's the frame trap we've been looking for. Now we just gotta play the cheeky dodge neutral. Wait for him to whiff something. Like that. He's gonna vortex. The 2S will catch any cheeky soul. He's also desperately trying to get his advantage back by using Fafnir neutral. Parry. There we go. I wish there was a better measure on if you could actually get the full super out of that, even if it hit them with the first attack. I'm gonna burst that. It's about to be my win anyway. Ah, my jab missed. Ah, I was trying to mash out that parry so much. The instant he gives me any room. But we can count on him whiffing his grabs. We did it. We finally won against a soul. Alright, so he's very mash happy with those fast normals. So we'll have to rely a lot on very easy standardized frame traps. Ah, our dodge didn't last long enough. That was an excellent frame trap there. We got the burst. Let's see if we can secure the win off that. Your Dragon uninstall isn't fast enough for me. I can't even punish that with a jab. I'm just going to throw this out there and let's see if you FD. You did not. A bit too eager, I'm afraid. Anti-air. Man, I wish my far slash was +2. And that was a command throw, which I could not contest with regular one of my own throws. Ah, that catches his DP. They look so fun too. I love the look of his combos. The fact that he can actually just hit some of his normals off of some of his specials as well. The usual vortex into 5k into whatever the hell he's doing after that. Get him against the wall, and we'll see if we can carry this meter to victory. And that still caught me out of the backdash. I was expecting to do the cheeky gold burst on him, but I was hoping a little bit of space would at least save me first. That's gonna bring me back down to floor 9, isn't it? Ah, ho hum.
Move on to the next floor. Welcome.
How's your struggle going? Have you made it back up yet? A trash Kai player. Haha. I appreciate a bit of self-deprecating humor. Pain Pecco indeed.
Quick match. Stand by.
Alright, what are we missing most of all? Not sure what things we could be practicing too much in the training room. Perhaps just keeping ourselves quick on our feet. Remembering what we can do with our meter is the most important part of Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear gives you the most valuable meter and the most of it out of any fighting game, I'd argue. Using it defensively for Roman cancels, or in previous games we had, what were they called? The invincible attacks. Those have actually been replaced with the yellow Roman cancels, so you could say you use them offensively and defensively, both for Roman cancels. Have fun with Final Fantasy, friend. I stream most days during the week, and I'd expect to see you again.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
6P got him. You yellow Roman cancel by just hitting the button while you're blocking, while you've successfully blocked an attack. That actually might be very useful against Zato. I don't know if that counts as hitting Eddie. Is that Nago's theme on a Faust? Well, this guy seems to know that he can just duck under my butterflies, so we'll have to deal with that. The legendary 2K. Parry on wake up. And miss the input. And miss the input again. Burst. There we go. Ah, caught him with the butterfly on the second time. Good bombs. Zato's theme is incredible, I'd say. I can't remember what music you had playing. I was fighting one who did have the Xard theme. I think that might have been you. I'm trying to see if I can fish for the boss theme for this game. That might be one of my favorite Guilty Gear songs so far. Not to play myself up. I wouldn't consider myself a boss battle. Let's try that again. Let's go, and caught, and butterfly. Alright, I suppose we just plain can't use butterfly against him. Caught the burst. It always happens after the Roman cancel. Good Scarecrow. I tried to mash out. I'm seeing a lot of Fausts do that. Very clever. Yeah, it was Break a Spell. I love it. I actually just leave that as my training theme when I'm practicing in Xard. Very atmospheric. Still being frame trapped by those air normals. I don't know why I so habitually panic and try to contest them with this measly 6-frame jab. Something I've noticed about this game is that if I try to Alt-Tab and actually type in the chat here, it unbinds my controls and it tries to set me back to keyboard for some reason. Nope, we caught him. Now we just need to pin him down. So he seems to be jumping back every time he gets out of our pressure. We'll have to follow him up with the anti-airs. Which I'm already forgetting the button input for. I have to reset all my muscle memory with this new controller, so I guess we are both having controller issues. Mapping onto fight stick at first. Ah, the reversal super. And that's game. I miss the old version of that. The XR version was so much better. I love the concept of his design becoming much more decrepit, but it's just so sad to look at. Alright, I think we figured out his habits. Lots of jumping back into the jump 2K, so we'll just have to anti-air him a lot. And hopefully not get devoured. Good burst. Ah, not enough time. So he's up backing for his defense a lot. I can't really find the best opportunities to attack, but he's autopiloting into that a lot. If we ever start catching him for that, it's usually jump 2K and then low. And he's going to jump, and he still blocks our Ko. Ah, I tried to parry. Surprisingly, as much as I love the hard rock of Guilty Gear, it's not actually what got me into it. I did enjoy it for the gameplay. But I think specifically, even if I didn't like the music itself, the fact that there was a fighting game that was supposed to be a love letter to rock music definitely engaged me. A lot of them are doing that mix-up. They'll Scarecrow and then they'll Command Throw off of it. I'll have to keep blocking. I think I'm starting to lose my focus this late into the stream. Like missing my dashes. Good yellow Roman cancel. We're almost down to floor 8 at this point. Not quite. I'm someone who learns a lot better when I just have time to practice in the lab, so I suppose I will be doing that after the stream. Hope to be a lot better. Different Faust. Very well. Let's see what we got. Maybe a diagonally downward Roman cancel off of Ko. We'd have to be much faster with it. I'll set you back to no longer tech me. Give me that match, I know you saw it. We haven't faced a Chip yet tonight. I actually have considered trying Chip as well. He also has a 3-frame jab like Soul. Those are the only 2 characters that do. But his whiffs on crouching opponents for the most part. I really like Chip's moveset. Even though he's mostly... it seems like a squishy Shoto without a fireball. They just have him with a Rekka instead. It's funny, my first 3 matches online were all against Chips. Now that he's blocking, we'll throw him, butterfly. Got the burst. Throw. He's a bit too eager to attack, so we can continue doing our approaches with the dances for now. Good. He throws. He's starting to pay attention as well. Cheeky grab. Not to mention he actually has a reversal, which I could certainly appreciate. I didn't expect to get the wall break off of that. Beautiful. He really does have no health. He still had, what, 30%? And that wasn't even the full super.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I was expecting him to burst, but I guess not. Alright, we're far enough. Get him with the throw. Alright, he seems to be respecting our pressure, so now's the part where we start going for the hard call-out, like that. Hit him with the overhead. This is a very important character for me to have learned, because previously in other fighting games I'd mostly be playing the one-player game. But with Mr. Anji here, you have to start conditioning your opponent by using the Fujin mix-ups. They can all be beaten, but they all need to be beaten in a different way. Ah, he waited to burst. Good on him. I was waiting for it. Butterfly in neutral. While he's respecting us too much, we'll keep using the projectile. That's his only plus option off of Fujin. Please give me the accent core version of Sin. I think it's Sin, which is the one that's his overhead. When I play Chip, though, I just jump a lot and spam shurikens. And overhead. Keep the pressure up. 6p him. And he's not going to burst. He's going to burst here. Or not. I suppose he's just willing to take that L. I was expecting him to do the low mix-up again. He's caught me with that before. Got him. I was waiting for that. Oh! His 6p can beat his regular first series of his Rekka too. That burst better be coming soon, boy. There we go. A bit late to be using it, though. The combo was already over. He hit us with the early overhead. He's mixing up his Rekkas, which is at least a good sign of someone playing Chip. We'll take those. Sweep. Ah, I was expecting him to hit us with low. There we go. And there's the first DP. Ah, we gotta pay a lot of attention. He's being much more patient. And there's the first command grab, which will always screw with me. It's so difficult to see that one coming. I love it too. See, there. You hit him in the air, and I'd expect to be able to follow that up. I'd like to get the corner carry off of that, please. Overhead. Good mix-ups. And I tried to 6P that, but I was far too slow. Good match. We're still staying around our floor, so we're at least not performing too poorly here. It was close. You know, I think I would like to lab a few Zato setups here. Get that muscle memory down, and I might start playing him in a few more streams. Hello, welcome to the stream. Ah, that is difficult to get the execution down on. And here's Leo Whitefang, who was one of our worst matchups. He can actually flash kick out of just about every setup we can throw on him. Level 7, and he's fighting us at level 9. Maybe we both have a chance for demotion or promotion here. Please don't try to cross at me from the... I'm not dealing with that. Well, he doesn't know the tech yet, at least. I jump a lot against Leo because that's at least one of the better ways to catch his cross-up attempts. Oh, he's patient. He's waiting for me to make a mistake. Leo was the first character I played in Exard, but I didn't appreciate that he was far too gorilla. I appreciate stance characters, but his is literally just get into stance and then mash buttons. That's very minus, I at least know that. And projectile. There we go. Good blocking on this part. Butterfly. Almost. Spank him. He's very eager to get back in. A bit too eager, I'd say. Neutral jump. He's still way too eager to hit back. So we're gonna condition him to not do that. Like that. It's not your turn. It's not your turn. I could have sworn I tried to block that one high. I suppose that's probably the biggest reason I still play Anji. That parry super is everything I live for. I'm not gonna lie, the Fujin mix-ups are definitely super fun too. As I keep saying, the most important skill is learning to read your opponent, and Anji is a very good character for that. His core game plan is just reacting to the opponent. Or reading the opponent, rather. Ah, the gold burst missed. I wonder how useful 2S is against him. I don't think it's going to catch him out of the cross-up very often. And that's still going to KO. A shame. We just need to bait him into doing more flash kicks. But that's not going to happen if he keeps winning neutral like that so easily. A cheeky gold burst. I love it. And now that he's blocking, we go in for the grab. And hopefully this catches him and he doesn't hit us. Ah, we could have won if we used a heavy. So that's why we need to pay just a little bit more attention. We could have won that one. I keep trying to convert into some sort of a punch Gatling combo because I'm still thinking like it's X-hard. People have already started modding this game, so they have already added in old Gatling combos. Just like all the other streamers said, this is going to be the hardest game only for people who keep playing old Guilty Gear games. Ah, good burst. We take those. And he wins neutral again, just by virtue of being Leo. Watch this, we're gonna wake up parry and we're gonna miss the input. Or not. And we got him. I don't know what compelled him to not keep blocking, but I'm glad. Ah, the one time he did actually do the cross-up, we didn't do our neutral jump. Ah, I need to get accustomed to using the dash button for those. That's just what I have to spend my time in the lab doing. I'm afraid not, my friend. Good block. There we go. Get him with the cheeky grab. My heart was actually beating really quickly for that last one. I'm on the verge of panicking. Good set there. So we'll add that to the checklist. We need to practice getting our throw techs down, because we've only teched maybe 2 throws in the entire time we've been playing. Really, that's astonishing. Look at that. It causes a cross-up. The Anji mirror. Here we go. He's on floor 10, so maybe this is a chance for us to promote ourselves. I'll just constantly be fading back between 8 and 10 until I get a solid grasp on my foundations. Let's see if this boy has anything to teach us. He's also attempting to go for the low conditioning, but I know that the sweep is minus as hell. -7, I believe. Ah, good frame trap. That's my own frame trap, too. And that's where our dash Roman cancels would be a lot more useful. Like what he's doing. I did talk about our Roman cancel conversions being the most important, but I think understanding the dash button, as it is in this game, would actually be much more important for those. Let's see what we're up against. So he backdashes often once his Fujin pressure ends. Good grab. And I'm not doing my crouch blocking enough. Why do you taunt me? Alright, let's try that again. So we can occasionally catch him out of the backdash. I think much more much more usable for us would be if we just did a held Fujin every time he ended his pressure. Good grab. I'm not usually on the receiving end of that pressure, so I don't know how to react to it myself. I know how to punish Anji, but I don't know how to react to his shenanigans. Like that. Let me show you a few tricks. Like this one. This is one of my favorites. Ah, the overhead. I suppose I should start fuzzy guarding that, because he seems to always interrupt his Fujins as early as possible. Good fuzzy. I always do better in the first hour of my streams, I'm afraid. Perhaps it's unhealthy for me to keep trying to go into the ladder for 2.5 hours at this point, but it's an endurance stream. There you go. That's my excuse. See, I already know I have to fuzzy, but I'm not actively thinking about it. I wish his overhead had more range to it. I think it would be best to just try to remember that as best as possible. The instant his pressure ends, just Fujin. Catch his backdash. I should know that one's plus. I will not accept this loss too quickly. Not quite. Oh, I will. We'll take that lying down. I'll go for a few more matches, but I am enjoying myself. It's been, what, 3 days? Let's see what we got. We're mashing jab way too much. Should we just play a more dishonest character? Come on, Giovanna, I don't have all day. Pay to win, more like AFK. I'm never even going to pick up Mei. She doesn't have anything interesting in her kit. I don't appreciate a single one of her tools. Dolphins are cute and all, but I need a character I can actually enjoy playing. Anji's fun because all the different Fujin mix-ups are a good way to learn how to read your opponent, as well as having parry supers. Mei gets, what, Dolphins? An I win button in neutral is not really a way to enjoy a character. I mean, I really can't think of a single reason why I'd enjoy playing Mei. There's so many other characters that have similar tools that would be way more fun. Also, I'm sorry, but I don't actually like her theme. They're terrifying until you learn how to deal with them. Zato in particular won't have very many good tools against them. Seems like it's dropping us out of the queue again. Against butterfly mix-ups, you can actually up back out of the second hit. What you do is you wait to block the first hit, and then you jump backwards or forwards as long as you can secure a guard quickly enough. If you're in the air while he's trying to do a butterfly mix-up, they're a lot harder for him to land. If he's just doing with a regular Fujin mix-up though, you can try fuzzy guarding against most Anjis. So block low, but then after a certain amount of time, block high. If they're on autopilot, they're not going to be trying to condition you, but that's one of my favorite tricks, is delaying the sweep to catch anyone doing fuzzy guards. I'm losing my brain power at this point in the night, though. We could try playing Leo, but I definitely need to focus on my Anji. And here we go, time for the one unfun matchup in the game. Or it's just going to drop me out of that. It's not going to let me queue. Alright, I've had enough of that. Restore defaults. I think if we get the fast cancel off that, it's not going to cross up. It's still failing to find us a match. Alright, fine. I'm losing my patience, so I think for our last few matches, let's just go full gorilla mode. You saw how easy of a time that Leo was having. How much farther could I go if I actually had a meterless reversal? Which one was it? I think it was 8. There we go. Pink Leo is best Leo. Taking it a step further, that would actually be a Gyaru Leo, wouldn't it? Tan skin and blonde hair. Exactly. You'd actually see it on one of my earlier thumbnails. Engaging full gorilla mode. Anji, surprisingly, is not a gorilla in this game. He doesn't have all the auto-guard normals that he had in Accent Core. Fujin also doesn't have startup invincibility, so I'm surprised that he's actually a much more honest character this time around. But you're not going to trust an Anji main saying that. You know the meme. Every Guilty Gear player saying, my character's the only one who earned their wins. Everyone else is dishonest. A very gay player playing Zato. How appropriate. Sounds like a JoJo fan. Alright. Brain turned off. I don't have the power to expend.
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
We are becoming gorilla and we will embrace it. Yeah, it's not fun when you don't get to just have an easy button to win neutral, is it? I can just reverse a lot of that. Because this character's unfair. Good standing block. This is incredibly dishonest. I'm disappointed in myself. Well, at least we know we can do that without using any of my brain power. Good crap. I definitely did not see that coming. Good cross-up block. Ah, we missed our parry. We're just gonna super out of this one. Good burst. Ah, the chip damage got us. We did have enough meter to where we could try FDing that, but my brain isn't working right now. I'm too busy being a gorilla. There's the setup. There's the setup everyone uses. So we just have to not play into his hands. Good drunkard shade. Nope. See, that's what he did. He did the recall Eddie, so he has Eddie much quicker now. That's the most dishonest win I've ever had. Isn't Sonic Fox the current #1 player with this character? I wouldn't be surprised. Good drunkard shade. That's still minus on blocks, so that's noted. Nope, I've got counter there. Alright, I'm gonna show you the most forbidden Leo technique of all. Go into back turn. Wait 3 seconds, and then... Ah, he blocked. It looked like he was still in the middle of attack, didn't it? Astonishing how well he blocks those attacks. Noted. No more jump-ins, just jump in and grab. And that will catch him. Nice. Set up Oki. I said, set up Oki. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna block. Get him with the jab. Give Eddie the little punch. Alright, good frame traps, buddy. Oh! Aye! I love Leo's theme, too. You just wait. I'm gonna wake up. And again, more dishonest wins under our belt. I feel gross. I feel like a dirty gorilla who's been out in the jungle. Watch me just cross up. Or not. We're not going to contest that. Ah, we missed. We're gonna use that burst. Wow, I can't even believe he was ready to oppose again. Ah, we're not plus enough. At least not to do slash. Maybe if we followed up with a punch to that. No. No. You're going to sit there and you're going to take the mix-ups. See, we're not falling for his setups anymore. So he's a little confused. But he's got the spirit. Watch me just super. Alright, loosening up. That's what you do. You just time a projectile for right when you'd expect them to recall Eddie. Good read. Ah, he's waiting for it. It seems he knows the tech. I swear I was blocking that time at least, but Not enough. Well done, Zato. You've tamed the gorilla. I think we'll go for one more set. I am definitely running out of my ability to read people. Kai is also on my list because he's generally usable at all ranges. Very gay, Zato it is. We'll just go with the double set. Ah, he's using the kick one now. He wasn't doing that before. You're not expecting me to cross myself up into the corner, are you? I missed my grab input. It's hard to see his dust attacks coming off those setups. That's really where I have my most interest in playing Zato, is trying to do the high-low mix-ups while Eddie's preventing you from seeing them. This is such a dishonest character. A little too early, my friend. Come on, you're gonna have to get closer, buddy. We'll take those. Oh, wow. I'm astonished by the range of his flash kick. It's incredible. Parry. There we go, we figured out that one at least. Good grab. Ah, it still blocks even behind him. I tried to dash block through that. I just needed to be as close as I could be. Ah, he still beat me with that trade. Unfortunate. Masterful footwork, it says. Alright, so we've got the spacing down good. Something of note is that Leo doesn't really have any good aerials except for his jumping kick. That's also something you can practice a lot with Eddie. If you space him correctly behind your opponent can't really jab him out of his pressure. Good grab. Let's see if we can get that wall break. From now, we can actually just play the range game pretty well. Like that. Just make sure he gets cheeky. A bit too eager, I'm afraid. Good read. I wonder what his best grounded anti-air would be. Zato's certainly a lot better to fight with a character that has a projectile to contest him with. I tried to dust out of that, but it seems I didn't have the time. I'm also going to have to pay a lot more attention to those low kick into dust setups. That's another, Zato thing to learn. While you have Eddie pinning your opponent down, you can do the 2K into 5D setups. If they don't block it, then Eddie gets to let you continue your combo. I missed. Drunkard Shade has a hitbox, and that confuses me. But I suppose they had to give it some sort of purpose. How are you supposed to approach that, then? We'll figure this one out. I suppose we'll stop trying to use Flash Kick for our anti-air. He's dodging it quite well. There we go. Well, it's just 6p anytime he's jumping. And I guess he was expecting that one to cross up, but it seems it didn't. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're currently fighting a JoJo fan. Still can't even 6pay you to trade through that. See, that's the kind of stuff that makes me interested in playing Zato. Absolute lab monster of a character. Oh, that worked. Ah, good grab. He was waiting for it. Ah, we could have 6P'd that, but I was too busy trying to flash kick once more. And now we have our chance. We'll see if we can get that super damage while we have the meter. Ah, that drill always frame traps me. And that's match. It's difficult recognizing when I can get that burst out. Very well, he figured us out, just as we figured him out for the first few rounds. Alright. Things to practice more would be recognizing how to approach Zato. I think that's an excellent stopping point for tonight. Tomorrow it's a toss-up on if we're returning to Oblivion or if we'll continue playing Strive, but I think I definitely plan on playing Strive again on Friday, just because it's a very sort of end-of-the-week party sort of game to me. But streams are going to probably be at the same time now. I'm going to try to find whenever I can get the most viewers, so I'll keep looking around for some time relatively in the evening, but I hope to be consistent. I hope to see you all for the next stream, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Let me know if you'd like more Strive or Oblivion, or if you'd like to see some other game. I have a few on my list. Good night.